all Elon Musk endeavors to do is be free and unbiased. That's it. A free speech platform. First, last, always. And the left is freaking out about it. It is quite literally the only social media platform, I mean, outside of Rumble, of course, if you classify it as social media, but it's the only social media platform that the left does not control 110%. And the left is freaking out about it. Listen.
And I will say that Elon Musk is perhaps the world's leading spreader of disinformation, including outright lies about hurricane relief, about illegal immigrants. We've seen him do that in the last couple of weeks. And then on Saturday, he steps on stage with Donald Trump with one of the less athletic leaps I've ever seen as he bounded his way on stage with Trump. Tell us, and then spoke briefly on the former president's behalf. Tell us about that moment and what sort of he does not have much of a vertical, Mr. Musk.
You see how they get personal? They don't have anything else. Elon Musk is sending rockets around the world and pinpointing exactly where they'll land. He's doing all of these amazing things for our society. I mean, I don't agree with the guy on every issue, but these are ass clowns who have no skills whatsoever and can barely write and just share their opinions on television. In fact, they're not even particularly smart because they dispute talking points. I mean, these people are morons and criticizing clearly one of the smartest people in the world. But what I find crazy is that this is after the Trump rally, which I just told you, insider perspective on the whole thing, it was unbelievably positive the whole time. And the media is just losing their mind, smearing Elon Musk, smearing President Trump, smearing J.D. Vance, smearing the America First movement. Now, listen, it shouldn't surprise you that this is happening, but it's getting a lot worse. Listen to Morning Joe just this morning.
J.D. Vance and Trump's family would out and out say what they said takes the threat of violence, takes the threat beyond where it was even leading up to January the 6th. This is an increasingly desperate person, an increasingly desperate family who's preparing for civil war. They just are.
Psychos preparing for civil war. Really? The Trump family. J.D. Vance preparing for civil war. Now, they go up there on that stage in Butler County. All positive. Yeah, they took some political shots at Kamala, but all positive. Powerful. The whole point was remembrance of those that we lost and those that were injured, and resilience of the community. And this is what these psychos are spewing. Now, did you hear what Hillary Clinton said about controlling the narrative? Listen.
So I was happy to see you cite the work of Robert Putnam. Bowling alone made an impact on me. The discussion of social capital of the sort that I'm sure the Rodhams enjoyed in Park Ridge, right? Participation, belonging, volunteerism that is so missing today. You cite Jonathan Haidt, you cite Jean Twenge. Here's what disappoints me, and it's not about you, Madam Secretary. I'm shocked that no person, no Republican, no Democrat is championing this issue. The social science is so clear. The political science is so clear. Our fabric has frayed as a nation. Our kids are disconnected. Too much time behind closed doors on devices and not enough time replicating the experience of their parents and grandparents. So what do we do about it? What do we do about it for your grandkids?
Well, Michael, there are people who are championing it, but it's been a long and difficult road to get anything done. Actually, we can look at the state of California, the state of New York. I think some other states have also taken action, but we need national action. And sadly, our Congress has been dysfunctional when it comes to addressing these threats to our children. So you're absolutely right. This should be at the top of every legislative political agenda. There should be a lot of things done. We should be, in my view, repealing something called Section 230, which gave, platforms on the internet immunity because they were thought to be just pass-throughs, that they shouldn't be judged for the content that is posted. But we now know that that was an overly simple view, that if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm. It's, child porn.
We lose total control. And then here's John Kerry on the same damn thing, again, talking about the First Amendment.
So tough. Everybody's wrestling with that right now. And I think the dislike of and anguish over social media is just growing and growing and growing. And it's part of our problem, particularly in democracies, in terms of building consensus around any issue. It's really hard to govern today. You can't, there's no, the referees we used to have to determine what's a fact and what isn't a fact have kind of, been eviscerated to a certain degree. And people go, and that people self-select where they go for their news or for their information. And then you just get into a vicious cycle. So it's really, really hard, much harder to build consensus today than at any time in the 45, 50 years I've been involved in this. And there's a lot of discussion now about how you curb those entities in order to guarantee that you're going to have, some accountability on facts, et cetera. But look, if people go to only one source and the source they go to is sick and, has an agenda and they're putting out disinformation, our First Amendment stands as a major block to the ability to be able to just, hammer it out of existence. So what we need is to.
John Kerry, Hillary Clinton, two senior leaders of the Democrat Party. So when Elon says, hey, it'll be the last election. Yeah, one party rule. Once they achieve one party rule, what do you think comes next? So Elon is right. He's clearly thought this stuff through. Now, these morons in the media don't seem to understand that they will be the first ones to go the moment that they step out of line. They're not always going to agree with the regime who's in power. And when they step out of line, the regime will come for them too.